tip from most action games that have a lock-on system, but periodically clicking on R3 to quote-unquote scan the area in front of you for hidden dangers is a good way to get a jump on your foe and not take a hit of unnecessary damage. You'd be surprised how many times they try to hit you with that same trick over and over. Another quick one is don't waste time hitting pots with will inside, just dash right through them. Jump attacks can be doubled up by doing a light jump attack first, then heavy attack right after. The damage isn't that great, but since it's airborne for so long, it has the ability to dodge many attacks on the ground while doing so. Periodically with random drops, you'll get mind core pieces. Definitely cash these in when you get a second with your homie, Zoodog. He is found early in the game at Chapter 2 at the Crouching Tiger Temple Cellar in Yellow Wind Ridge. I personally recommend boosting mana as much as possible so I can get more special abilities, but you can boost any stat you'd like that you think needs help. Early in the game, you'll get an Incense Trail Talisman. Keep it handy in the quick menu so you can backtrack or escape bad battles quickly. I'll also give specific skill tree unlock tips. This is customizable to your liking since you can retract sparks and skills and respec whenever you want. Whenever a game has this type of system for respecking, my first recommendation is always trim the fat. What I mean is if you put points into boosting Rock Solid, but you're noticing that you never use Rock Solid, that is a complete waste of something that can be put into something you actually use. Watch how you fight and which skills or attacks you used most, then boost your abilities of those skills for efficiency. My second tip is to try to level up what stances you like up to at least 10 sparks total in this window earlier. This is because you'll have access to more focus levels when you've used 10 points in this skill tree as a bonus. Definitely a huge boost in damage and range of all heavy attacks. I personally recommend leveling up Composure to get your powerful finisher without getting interrupted by dodge rolls. Spiritual Awakening to get as much mana as possible, more than health or stamina, because these abilities are more powerful and more times you can do it, the better. And Skyfall Strike, which has an auto dodge on the first strike and jumps high on the second attack, which dodges many low attacks again, and is cheaper on focus points. When choosing Chi Spirits, you'll want to think about not only the passive that it gives, but also how fast its animations are. Long fancy attacks can be pretty bad. This is because when you take damage while in this form, you personally take damage. It's not a second health bar. So you want to get in and out quickly to do your business, whichever spirit this is. If it is a slower spirit, get a head start and use this trick. Chi spirits are special cancelable, meaning that you can use them in the middle of your normal light combo. This is best used right after the final hit of a light attack finisher as the enemy is staggered. So you'll have a couple extra seconds for your spirit to come out and do its thing. Full-on transformations, on the other hand, are a full second health bar. It's nice to bust this out near the end of a fight to guarantee nice chunks of damage safely without worrying about dying. These usually don't tick down on your might meter too much over time until you actually attack, and they often have a better dodge than you normally have, so you can use this to dance around more dangerous attacks that are harder to dodge. Periodically throughout your journey, you'll come across floating spirits. Pick these up and they'll give a good chunk of will. Just remember that after you're taught how to refill your gourd with them, you can take advantage of it and take a swig right before grabbing it, even if you're full on health. For your upper skills early in the game, you'll have access to two options, either Cloud Step Dodge or the Rock Solid Parry. While I was initially excited for the parry, I quickly found out that it's far less versatile than Cloud Step. This is because a lot of attacks, even if parried, especially if it's a projectile, do not interrupt enemies, which is bad for something that has a long cooldown. This isn't Sekiro, so often the return for getting a successful parry is not that great. Usually it's a couple of hits before they're back in your face. In some fights the parry will be better against physical attackers, but I set my default to Cloud Step. This ability dashes away quickly while leaving a clone behind, distracting the enemy. This is a great tool in itself to quickly get out of impending danger, but the fact that you have some invincibility and lasting super armor gets you out of extremely powerful attacks for free. And the best part, while concealed, you can use other abilities. Try using Pluck of Many, Immobilize, Buff Yourself, or even Heal while concealed. Safely using these abilities while not being targeted is huge, and lets you get control of a situation quickly if everything has gone south. While this game does have an attack combo system that you can acquire through the skill tree, the true meaning of a combo to get multiple attacks back to back without retaliation is actually possible to get. or more correctly, a type of stun lock. I recommend using hard-hitting spirit attacks, Immobilize, regular attack finisher, and the regular smash see-through combo. The final hit of these attacks have a much higher chance of staggering the opponent, and if timed properly while a boss is standing neutral or recovering from a previous attack, it can stun lock bosses for a long period of time. This is really good because first, you can use a good number of abilities and cash in the damage straight away and have them already recharging for when the combo is done. The point of doing combos is to do damage without taking damage, which is great for saving some healing drinks you could have potentially wasted flailing your arms around randomly in the beginning of the battle.